Are you somebody who absolutely loves planning in your business, but you then get to a point where you find the whole thing just that little bit overwhelming? Planning itself is a really exciting thing to do for your business. It can really help you to get motivated, help you to connect with new targets, and just to feel really excited about the possibilities of your business. And of course, without a really clear plan, then you're absolutely winging it. So planning is amazing. But so often that planning can actually turn into overwhelm when you end up looking at all these amazing ideas that you've got and just thinking there's no way there's enough hours in the day. And before you've even finished the plan, you've already written it off as really not being achievable. So today I want to share with you how to build a plan that feels simple, achievable, and something that you can constantly go back to and that doesn't feel completely overwhelming or out of control. So the first thing you always need to think about are your targets or your objectives. Is this an income target, a growth target, just a specific numerical target, or something else? So what is the big target at the end of your plan? Because without some kind of specific goal, objective or target, then really you have no idea what to put in your plan. So start off with the goal, the big goal. And then think about which products and services and at what price will help you to achieve that goal or objective. So you're then starting to pull it back to say, what are the practical things that will help me to get where I want to be by the end of the year, the quarter, the century, whatever it is for you. And then the next thing you need to do, and this is where it gets really meaty, is brain dump all of the ideas that you've got, because probably what you've got is a million ideas in your head, bits of paper, post-it notes, notepads and everything all over the place. You'll have different notes in different places and all these ideas, but nothing is very cohesive, nothing is very structured, and that in itself can be a real cause of overwhelm because you just end up with all these ideas constantly peppering you, but with no clarity or structure. So just brain dump absolutely everything. And what I'd encourage you to do is categorise it as you go. So are we talking here about marketing, or is it financials? Is it about systems? Is it about organisation? So just put things into big categories as you go, because that helps you to prioritise and to fit things together. And then once you've got this massive plan, what you really want to think about is just allocating tasks to the next 3 months. So work through your massive list and think about the things that will help you to make the fastest progress. What is there in there that actually will spur on everything else? And also look for some quick wins as well. But what you then really want to think about is, how will I get all of this plan done over the course of a year? Now, the big challenge that most people have here is they want everything to be a priority. Everything is urgent, everything needs doing right now. But that in itself is a massive route to overwhelm. So when you look at this huge list that you have created as your brain dump, just reflect back and think, if I achieved all the things on that list in the next year, how much progress would I make? So when you have that urge to make everything a priority and do everything now, just pause and think about all that stuff on your list can be done over the course of a year. And if you achieve that, your progress will be monumental. So what I'd then encourage you to do is take the key priority actions, the ones that genuinely are more urgent, more of a priority, more significant for you, and just label them with one of the next 3 months. So right now you would label them as January, February or March. You don't need to put them into a specific week or a specific date, but you do want to look for things like only having one really meaty project per month, because you will not find the time to do more than that. But that would allow you to do 12 meaty things over the course of the year, which would be massive. So mark your key priorities as January, February or March, and then go back for all the ones that are January, assuming you're watching this video in January, and then allocate the January tasks to each week. So you then end up with a weekly plan for the next 4 or 5 weeks. At the end of that period, you go back to the big list, and the ones that you've marked for February, then you mark those for specific weeks. You check on the things you allocated for March, and you start to look for things that you're going to label as April. So what you're constantly doing is just working with priority actions and the things that you really want to achieve in the next month. You're not constantly trying to juggle everything on that plan and constantly worry about how you're going to get the whole thing done. So that's it. It's simple. I would always encourage you then to add in something like a Monday and a Friday, little planning session on a Monday, and then on a Friday, a short review to see how you've done, what's still outstanding, and how to plan that into the next week. But just put those really regular checkpoints in place. Keep the big plan that you just need to go back to once a month and then allocate to the next month. And you can really keep the whole thing simple. And by doing that, your plan will be clear, achievable, and massive for the course of the year. If that is something you know you really need to get better at in your business, but you really struggle, get in touch with me at taylory.co.uk and let's chat about how I can help you.